Feel like lucid be my dreams. Said you love me, so I'm sure you know the means. It's like I'm living all inside a movie in a dream. Sequels to my life entirely up to me. Slowly suffocating, do you notice how it feels? Baby, can you help me while I'm running through the field? Like hills that have the eye, but I do not think they see me. Even if they do, then I guess gon' have to kill me.
Situation, cause bro, I don't know exactly what happened, but they're talking about he was saying some crazy shit. So let's just watch.
Now, Anthony Fantano is currently going through one of the biggest controversies of his career, and it's been going viral on social media for the last 48 hours. People are talking, sharing their opinions, and it seems like everyone has something to say about it. I'm sure most people are familiar with Anthony Fantano, the man behind the needle drop, who's famous for his music reviews. The other day, he started trending for something very controversial. The first clip that went viral was an old video of Fantano. I believe it might have been from one of his older channels, where he was describing a situation and he said the N-word with the ER.
Who infamously called Ian a nigger faggot, and now he just kind of quotes that to death.
Now, this went viral for obvious reasons. Fantano is a white man in the hip-hop media space who's already gotten criticized for things similar to this particular story. We're going to get into that later on, but this clip ended up blowing up.
Okay, Anthony Fantano, bro, who let his ball frog make a career over music opinion? That's what I don't understand. Like, I would see people pull, like, this is the one thing I hate. A lot of people, when somebody's getting into a controversy, they come out and be like, I never fought with that person. I hate that shit. But listen, genuinely, I never watched this nigga before. I never understood why people cared what his, like, opinion on music was. Genuinely. Like, I would see shit all the time where, like, the meme pages and shit, they would post, like, his ranking of a thing. It would be, like, light 1, and it would be, like, a good album, and then they'll put some bullshit. This nigga will put, like, the fucking Winnie the Pooh soundtrack. That should be, like, light 8.5 or some shit. I'm like, why do y'all care what his opinion is? I don't understand. This shit is not surprising at all. I'm pretty sure this imbecile hated on Kissland. His fucking degeneracy has no limits. Guy's got less good takes in the strands on his head. He was very known by old heads that are... He's just very known by old heads that are heavily into the lyrical rap scene. Bro, old heads do not listen to this nigga. Do not watch this nigga, I'm telling y'all. It's not old heads. For sure. I don't think so. Yes, they do. I don't think so at all. I don't think so.
Eventually, he gave a response too.
This clip right here, which has just been going absolutely viral, and here's my explanation for it. Early on in my YouTube career, I had some pretty lax views when it came to quoting the language of others, and my point of view was, what does it matter? It's not me saying it.
Now, Fantano's defense, he explained that early on in his YouTube career, he was very relaxed about quoting people and using things that have certain words in them. From his perspective, he didn't see it as a big deal at the time. He was just comfortable using words like the N-word.
Bro, the nigga looks like a fucking exotic rodent, bro. He looked like an exotic rodent, bro. I don't hate this nigga. Like, I don't hate him. I only dislike him. Like, he's just a nigga in the world. Like, he's just there. I just never understood, like, the appeal of watching him sit down and then say dumb shit about music. That's like no one agrees with.
Or quoting other people in relation to the content. But of course, looking back now, it's clear that that approach doesn't sit well with a lot of people, especially in today's climate. The other clip that surfaced was from a live stream where Fantano was with a few people. I don't really recognize any of them. One of the guys was reading a comment from a viewer, and it mentioned Trayvon Martin's name. Now, if you're unfamiliar, Trayvon Martin was the...
Hold on. You don't tell me this nigga's on here disrespecting Trayvon Martin, bro. I know exactly what type of nigga this is, bro. Hey, I'm sorry for the I'm gonna keep pausing. I don't give a fuck. Listen, you know who Trayvon remember me of? No. I kind of want to talk about the Carmelo Anthony situation a little bit. Not the basketball player, the nigga who got locked up for stabbing the guy at the track and field meet, right? Let me speak on that shit because I never actually acknowledged that. Okay. So with the Carmelo Anthony thing, let me see if I can show I know I'm getting off topic a little bit. Carmelo Anthony case. Okay, long story short. Austin Metcalf and this guy, he was at they were at a track and field meet. His parents, bro, Carmelo Anthony saying the dude walked up to him, tried to press him. He was in their tent at a track and field meet. He pulled out a knife, stabbed him. He died. Okay, I'm not like y'all. Everyone, I feel like all y'all already heard of it. I'm not trying to like break it down for like 5 hours.
Talk about Carmelo Anthony if you like book cakes.
Are you projecting your inner demons? You haven't heard about it? What the fuck? Okay, anyways. They made this like a whole race issue. And it blew up and became a race thing. And I don't ever think that anything that has to do with somebody dying, motherfuckers should be using to push their political agendas. Because that's what it became. So immediately, instead of the case becoming about justice and getting to the truth of what happened and them going to court and us getting all the information and it being like a case like they made motherfuckers came out and started saying yo like saying racist shit and shit. So it became a bare political thing. So obviously if motherfuckers are saying oh black people you're gonna all bare black people are gonna run out and start defending this nigga even if he's in the wrong. Even if he's in the wrong, the Carmelo Anthony, because the political those political racist niggas, they start trying to use it to like push their own agendas. Now you're gonna see a bare motherfuckers come out and start defending Carmelo Anthony, even if he's wrong. Then you have a lot of people who are like, oh, Austin Metcalf, he was such a victim and right? But none of them care about Austin Metcalf at all. They're all using it to push their own agenda. And let me explain to you perfectly why. Going back to Trayvon Martin right here. The same people who was sitting here saying that Carmelo Anthony's in the wrong for killing Austin Metcalf are the same people who were saying that fucking George Zimmerman was in the right for killing Trayvon Martin. The same people who are defending Carmelo Anthony right now are the same people who are saying Trayvon Martin was a victim. You see how people just flip on their morals when it comes down to who they want, like what agenda they want to push? These are two, not the exact same situation, but they're two similar situations. Both of the things where somebody was killed, it was the same situation. The same white niggas who were there, the same racist niggas who were there like, oh, Carmelo Anthony's a demon, were the same ones defending George Zimmerman. And the same black people were there like, Carmelo Anthony is innocent. We're the same people calling George Zimmerman a demon. You see, like I'm telling you, as soon as the roles are reversed and anyone tries to push their own agenda, they don't stand on none of their morals. None of them actually care about any of the people who are dying or care about any of the victims. It all has to do with what agenda they're pushing.
KMJ, don't sleep on your
bro, you're 45, my nigga. You're 45, bro. Be productive, bro. But like, none of these niggas actually care. So, for those of you who don't know the Trayvon Martin situation, George Zimmerman start driving around a neighborhood, sees Trayvon Martin. I think Trayvon Martin was like 12 or like 13 or some shit. He follow him through neighborhoods and shit. He start following him because he's like, oh, there's been break-ins in the area. He calls the police.
I'm not 45, what the fuck?
He calls the police. George Zimmerman, when he's following this 14-year-old kid through neighborhoods and shit. He calls the police and is like, hey, I think this guy's probably gonna steal some shit, whatever the fuck. And the police is like, did you see him do anything? He's like, no, he just looks suspicious. And then he keeps following him. The police dispatcher starts telling him, yo, don't follow him. Leave him alone. Don't follow him. We'll have some police come out and talk to him. Don't follow him. He keeps following him.
I'm an ambitious young man. Not 45.
And then after that,
confusing me with Soros.
After that, when the fucking child who's like 14 realizes there's a 30-year-old man who's following him, he gets out, starts fighting the nigga. Boom. The nigga starts getting his ass beat by a little kid. He pulls out a gun and shoots him. The same niggas who were saying Austin Metcalf's a victim are the same niggas saying George Zimmerman was in the right. The same niggas who are saying Trayvon Martin was a victim are the same people who are saying that Carmelo Anthony is innocent. They don't stand on nothing. They say all of it is to push their own agendas. That's it. My fault. I just had to speak on that shit.
A young black teenager in Florida who tragically lost his life after he got killed by George Zimmerman back in 2012. So as this guy in the stream reads the comments, this is where things took a turn, and this is what happened.
Vegan invited me to an event that taught me about PETA's buying guide / neoliberal whiteness and Trayvon Martin. Okay.
Dude, fucking Trayvon. I was thinking
Trayvon Martin.
It's all these fucking black names, dude. I get confused.
You know what I'm saying? These would be the same white niggas who are sitting saying Austin Metcalf's a victim, but when Trayvon Martin was in the same situation, they're dissing the niggas saying da 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 da. It's the same shit, bro.
So as you could hear, Fantano was in the stream.
That's why
the comment.
I wish they didn't make the Austin Metcalf situation a race thing, because then who's right or wrong immediately gets thrown out the window, because people are going to do whatever they want to argue the side they're on is right, because they have an agenda behind it.
And then when the guy started making some remarks about black people's names later on in the stream. Additionally, there was another post that went viral connected to this whole situation, which was a screenshot of what seems to be a post from Anthony Fantano himself on Facebook. It showed a meme of a person.
See what I'm saying? Fuck this Anthony Fantano nigga. But like, you see what I'm saying? Every time a nigga dies to some weird shit, what do these motherfuckers do? I'm trying to tell you, none of these niggas have morals, bro. They don't. They don't. They don't. They don't. Look, very similar situations. Look how outraged they were, but you know what I mean? That's why the racist thing and the whole like ongoing loop of like racist shit and the race war, all that fuckery that these niggas be trying to like, bro. If niggas were doing this to Austin Metcalf, they would be mad as fuck. People did start doing this to Austin Metcalf. Niggas started saying Austin met God and shit. Because of a situation like this. When George Floyd died, what happened? They made the nigga a meme. Trayvon died, niggas clowned him. And now when it happens to other niggas, when it happens to a nigga, look how they demonize that nigga. Look how they demonize, you see, like, I'm not even saying the Carmelo Anthony niggas in the right. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is that, do you see how when someone does it to a nigga, they defend that nigga? And when Carmelo Anthony did it, they're demonizing him. Niggas clowning Trayvon, niggas were clowning George Floyd, all type of shit. Laughing, making memes and shit. Happens to Austin Metcalf, now niggas are, yo, he's evil. All type of shit.
Person face down on the ground with the caption Trayvoning. The caption supposedly read, "I laughed at this for 30 minutes." Now this post is apparently from March 2013.
I bet you the same nigga, he didn't find the Trayvon shit funny. I mean the Austin Metcalf shit funny.
Personally,
I'm telling you.
I'm not convinced if it's real. The screenshot doesn't really
People
look
don't
all
have,
that
these people don't have
authentic
their
with
morals,
how
bro.
prominent AI generated content is today.
They
This
just
could have easily been
flip-flopped.
faked. Now a lot of people have came out and spoke out against Fantano since this went down. One of them was DJ Academics, who posted this tweet in response to Fantano's apology. "You racist, just apologize. How you deflecting mentioning me rather than taking accountability. You racist, typical colonizer." So obviously Academics wasn't holding back, to say the least. And then we have Drake, who surprisingly, or maybe not so surprisingly, posted a screenshot of Fantano's
Yo, Drake been hated this nigga, bro.
face with laughing, crying emojis. Now I'm sure some of y'all might remember that these two had a little back and forth a couple years ago, and that story went viral all over social media back then. Also, producer Alchemist jumped in with a tweet saying, "Anyone surprised about the needle drop?" ? So I want to go over this story and give you guys my honest take and breakdown of the situation, starting with Fantano's past. Because like a lot of y'all know, he's actually been involved in something similar before, back in 2017. In October 2017, an article by a journalist, was posted on The Fader, accused Fantano of promoting alt-right sentiments in videos on his That Is The Plan channel. The article criticized Fantano for using Pepe the Frog memes, which had recently been branded as alt-right symbols, and for making comments targeting feminists. After the article dropped, multiple scheduled dates for
I'm gonna say, what is the most used thing on
the article
Twitch?
criticized Fantano for using Pepe the Frog memes, which had recently been branded as alt-right symbols, and for making comments targeting feminists.
Granted, for those of you who don't know, Twitch was built off of the back of like 4chan and like Reddit and shit. Like all those 4chan and Reddit niggas They were like the original niggas that was the original like Twitch community, and then Kai and other niggas started coming up and taking over and Aiden and shit. That used to be the community though.
After the article dropped, multiple scheduled dates for the Needle Drop's US tour were canceled, and at least one ticketing site for a Brooklyn date even stated that the cancellation was a direct result of the Fader article. Now, Fantano didn't just sit back and let this slide. He responded with a video calling the article a hit job, claiming that the videos in question were satirical, and eventually the Fader deleted the article in 2018, with both sides stating that the matter was settled. But even after the article was pulled, the damage was done. Fantano later acknowledged that some of his That Is The Plan channel fan base was problematic, and then after that he became more vocal in advocating for social justice issues. Now, this entire situation put a major negative spotlight on Fantano's name.
The thing I don't understand, how do niggas end up finding shit like this so much like later? Like, this nigga been lit for a minute. How are you just not finding shit like this?
And reputation. We're talking about someone who's not black, covering hip-hop artists and rappers with a past that even potentially links him to some racially charged issues. Real quick, if you rock with the content and want to support the channel, want to let you show love, let's describe in a situation or something someone else said where they use that word, and for me, if you're asking me, right, him using it in that context isn't something I'd fault him for. This is a non-conventional perspective, especially coming from, you know, someone who's black. But my personal stance on this has always been, if a person uses that word to describe or give context to something, I don't see it as something worth calling them out for. Why? Because at the end of the day, that is a word. Yes, it has a disgusting history behind it, and I especially despise when people try to weaponize it, but words exist for a reason, and if something needs to be explained, sometimes using that word in context is necessary to communicate the full picture. It's not about endorsing the harm.
I'm gonna keep it a sag with y'all niggas. Bro, I understand. I'm telling you right now though, you cannot go to like a community, disrespect them, and then think you're gonna eat. Like, what's a good example? Like Vanilla Ice. Vanilla Ice came on a rap, hip hop, straight controversial shit. Ice, da da da. And then I remember, I forgot his whole backstory and shit. But bro, when they realized that he was like just trying to leech, and he didn't really respect like the hip hop scene and shit, they stopped fucking with him. He fell off. Somebody like Eminem. Eminem was someone who genuinely fought with the culture. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. Any issues that was going on in the world, he'll speak. Like with shit going on, he would speak out about it. All those, you know, the far right niggas, bro. And yo, I want to reiterate: if you're far left or far right, something is very wrong with you in your head. Like, I'm sorry, if you're a political nigga and you are like obsessed with like these politicians and shit, you're a fucking moron. I'm sorry. All of these niggas are demonic. Like, bro, even the Trump shit, niggas like, why wouldn't he drop the Epstein files? Why wouldn't he drop them? Or like, motherfucker, like Trump is gonna expose them all and drop the Epstein files and shit. Gang. Bro, all of them are there. All of them are going there. They're all doing the same shit. I don't know why y'all niggas are stupid enough to believe that only these guys did this and they're all doing the same fucking shit. Trump got in. Before Trump got in office, niggas like, yo, I'm dropping all of that shit. I'm dropping all of that shit. That nigga got in office. They got the files. The nigga looked. He's like, the files do not matter anymore. They're irrelevant. What? That nigga looked at that shit, saw his fucking name in it, bro. All of them do the same shit. Anyways, going back to what I was saying with Eminem, he showed love to the community. He really grew up in Detroit around bare motherfuckers, you know what I mean? So when he grew up, he was genuinely a part of the culture because he actually like fucked with them, you know? He actually was like born around that. He spoke on any issues. If he felt like motherfuckers were being done wrong, he would speak on it. That's why he's loved and respected the way he is. You can't go into a community disrespecting niggas and think you're gonna prosper. It's like me going. It's like if I'm trying to lock in with the Spanish community. I'm making reggaeton music or some shit, but I go over there and I say like Mexican slurs or whatever, or like slurs to Hispanics. You're not gonna be able to go to a community, say shit like that, and then prosper, bro. You have to love and respect that community and respect the culture behind it, and then they'll prop you up and show you love. That's why Eminem came into hip-hop and he the highest selling rapper all time. Vanilla Ice coming to hip-hop, he flopped and fall the fuck off.
Full legacy of that word, it is a disgusting word, right? But it's about using language to articulate a point or describe a situation accurately. And this is why I've personally never felt any negative feelings towards, let's say, white person at a rap concert who uses that word, in this case, you know, the Nigga word, as they're rapping along to the song. I've always looked at it as a part of the world the art is built around. But of course, there's a lot of artists like maybe, you know, Kendrick Lamar would be a good example who probably would not agree with that perspective. I'm sure you guys remember that clip from years ago where that white girl was on stage rapping along and, you know, she said the word and then this is what happened.
Bro, you have to work.
You gotta bleep one single word
No.
though.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I do it?
Yeah, you did it.
I'm so sorry. Oh my god.
Who knows, maybe Kendrick has changed his stance since then. I don't really know. But for Fantano, obviously we're talking about the ER version of the word, which has a more loaded and harmful history, but even then, it's important to consider intent and context. And personally, I'm very big on intent, tone, and context. That's what separates a word being used to explain something versus it being used with malice or to harm someone. It's not about being rigid with rules. It's about understanding the why behind the word is being used in the first place. And then when it comes to the live stream clip, this is what you would call guilty by association. In this particular clip, the people Fantano was with said some truly distasteful things about Trayvon Martin, a black...
I am not gonna lie though, I seen like more shit on Twitter. I swear I seen like a video that was 10 minutes on Twitter of like a compilation of him saying crazy shit.
Who was killed by another man. Sadly, the death of Trayvon Martin and many other
I don't think he's included
deaths
everything.
have been exploited to fuel division and hate rather than being treated with the human dignity they deserve. People have been very divided on that particular case, but at the end of the day, unless you're evil, you can't really say that young man deserved to die. When someone jokes about a tragedy like Trayvon Martin's death, it crosses a line. And even if you don't actively participate, being around that kind of energy reflects poorly on you as a person and your character. It signals a lack of empathy, or at the very least, an indifference to the seriousness of the situation. So the clip from the stream to me is way more concerning than anything else. Who you surround yourself with and what they say ultimately reflects your behavior in most cases. And I don't know why Fantano decided to chuckle. He didn't verbally co-sign what was said, so I can't hold him accountable for something he didn't explicitly say out loud. But in a moment like that, it signals something he might have felt, something that leans more towards insensitivity, if anything. When I think about Trayvon Martin, what stands out to me isn't just that, you know, me and him had the same skin tone. What I think about is how a young man lost his life. And for me, it's more about the human aspect of that young man losing his life. And in that moment, Fantano's reaction shows a lack of sensitivity to that. I think for Fantano, this all ties back to his past, especially with the Fader article. To be fair, a lot of things he's taken accountability for whenever he is in the wrong, both now and in the past. And I respect the fact that he hasn't shied away from addressing things. In a lot of cases, people either play the victim to gain sympathy or simply avoid dealing with the issue. But for Fantano, he's faced these controversies head on, which is something I can appreciate and respect him for. Aside from that, we also have the screenshot, which honestly I can't hold him accountable for, because if you ask me, I don't think it's real. Correct me if I'm wrong.
There's a 10-minute video about this whole shit. I'm gonna open it and just tap on the display.
Thing was that compilation that went viral. Some of y'all might have seen it. It was essentially an 8-minute video on Twitter that featured Fantano saying the N-word, the F-word, and the R-word, all cut together. Some of these were him saying it out loud, but the majority were him explaining situations that had happened. Yes, with a tone that was definitely questionable. However, there was some type of context behind it, and I think that's important. So that's the Anthony Fantano controversy explained. What do you guys think about this topic? Really curious to hear what you guys have to say. And like I told you guys, by the way, man, the merch is looking good. Okay,
they're still dropping shit out on this nigga, bro. Yeah, there's like an 8-minute compilation of him. He didn't cover everything this nigga said. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, I'm not really surprised. I never really liked the nigga's video. Like, I just didn't care to watch a nigga give his opinion on music and have that shit bother me. Like, he gave this a 1.5. Like, I don't give a fuck. Anthony Fantano, who, like, is any nigga sitting there like, no fucking way? Probably not, right? It is what it is.
Something, baby, I like just how you blushing. And maybe we could bust it at the function. Turn nothing to something. Wish you could just see the horrors of my life, my upbringing.